Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I'll be kind of giving a semi-rare, semi-uncommon opinion video. Typically, I don't really like to do these all too much because guides are worth more. I mean, you can get an opinion for anything. You know, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can read forums, whatever the case may be. But I kind of find that this is a little bit interesting, and more so I'm making this because I want your opinion. So comment below, let me know. Also, fun fact, there will be a giveaway later this week. It'll be a unique giveaway that I don't think anyone's ever done before. So if you guys want in on that, definitely subscribe, and I should be releasing that video probably on Saturday. But that being said, the vehicles for Operation, well, it's not Operation Summer, it's Summer Landing, they kind of suck. I mean, there's definitely a nautical theme here. 4 out of the 6 vehicles are ground, or they're based in water, or at least amphibious. They can go in water. So you have the 2 naval, obviously, but the 2 tanks are also amphibious. They're very lightly armored amphibious tanks, and the BMD-4 is going to obviously be very good. It's got a ridiculous reload speed and 30mm autocannon along with a 100mm regular cannon. But the Kachi, the rank 1, the basic vehicle that you can get from Summer Landing is going to be absolute trash. I mean, have you ever played rank 1 Japan? It's playable, but just barely. I mean, you have to be a masochist to like rank 1 Japan. It's awful. And this is going to be in it. It's just a meme tank. Don't get me wrong, I like its inclusion into War Thunder. I just don't think that Operation Summer, something that people have literally been waiting for since last Operation Summer, or Summer Landing in this case, I just don't think it's the place to really show it. You know, maybe make it kind of a weird event. Maybe make it as kind of like a third vehicle for ground that you can get in Operation Summer, like expand the amount of vehicles to include this. But I think that right now, because we are so far advanced, we at present are at the most advanced when it comes to vehicles in War Thunder. We've never had more advanced vehicles than we have right at this moment as to the recording of this video. And so the BRs with each patch, each update, not each update, but close to it, maybe every second or third update, we get a BR decompression, right? They go up a little bit because the vehicles get more and more advanced. And eventually we'll probably get the F-14, A-10, the Bismarck for ships. We'll probably get the M1A2 SEP V3 or whatever it is. You know, it's going to keep getting more advanced. But interestingly, for the base vehicle, we have the Kachi, a rank 1 for Japan. I'll go over the other vehicles in a moment, but I find that this is kind of like the weirdest thing because I really think that they should have added a second vehicle. Maybe that would have been a rank 2, you know, and just kind of given the Kachi as a bonus. Because it's just so weird to me that this vehicle is the base level. Like, I have to grind for hours and hours and hours to get a rank 1 that I'm never going to play. It's not good. I'm sure this is not going to be a good vehicle. It'll be a funny vehicle. I'll probably make gameplay of it. But what's its utility? Like, genuinely, what will its utility be? I mean, it has no additional armor. That may as well just be aluminum foil on the front and the back of it. And you're not going to be able to, at least for right now, you're not going to be able to control it and bring it into a naval match. It's not how it's going to work. We don't have those matches yet. We probably won't have them for quite a while between tanks, naval, and air. We don't have massive combined battles yet. So to kind of give you like a little bit of background, let's see what last year's rewards were. So Operation Heat 2020. We had the Infantry Cannonwagen 73, right? A rank 2 Swedish premium. Not that good, pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, about identical to the other Swedish vehicles. Kind of a crappy vehicle in and of itself, but at least it was a rank 2. Right? And it was for a new tech tree, so you could boost up a little bit. You can get better vehicles in that tech tree. It wasn't a pre-established tech tree like Japan. And also, fun fact, I mean, talk about utility, the airplane that you could get, the base level airplane, was the AR-196A3. Guess what, though? That's a premium hydroplane that can carry bombs and has 2 20mm cannons on it. That means we'll be a rank 2. And people use it all the time to cap bases and naval. That's how you add utility. The Kachi? Like, what are you going to do with that? How many people really use amphibious vehicles in the amphibious role? Like, how many? It's a death sentence. Most of the time, lakes in this game are dead center on the map, and they're in kind of like a bowl, right? So everyone's looking at this lake, and if anyone goes in the lake and they're this big metallic object that looks so dopey, they're going to get killed. especially moving as slow as the Kachi. It only goes 10 kilometers per hour in water, if I'm not mistaken. That's terrible. It's awful. So, you know, and 2 years ago, for Operation Summer 2019, you know what the base level vehicle was for that? The BT-7 F-32. I still use that when it comes to low-level USSR gameplay. If that was a rank 3, that would be a mainstay tank for me. Unfortunately, it's a rank 2, but still, it's a heck of a good vehicle. Go back even further. Let's go to, well, 2018, or what was it, I believe it's 2018. Yeah, 2018 wasn't really all that good. I think it was like a crafting event. So let's go back even further. You can get the Pack Puma, the SD KFZ 234/4. That was your base level tank. Go back even further. You know what your base level tank for that was? It was a Grant Mark 1, albeit, but you know what your base level plane was? The FW-189 Uhu. You know what the better plane was? The F7F3 Tiger Cat. Then the best tank was the KV-220, which is ridiculously powerful, even today. All of these vehicles, with the exception of the Grant Mark 1, and maybe the Focke-Wulf 189, although people love playing that thing, they're really powerful. And that's from all the way back in 2016. 2017, the Pack Puma, that's the stuff of legends in War Thunder. You talk about that thing, I mean, that thing's, it used to sell for between $1,000 and $2,000, like GJN. What do we get now? We get the Kachi. The Kachi. Like, I mean, I'll play it. I just don't think it's going to be any good. But that's enough about the Kachi. I'm done with it. So let's just go over the other vehicles here. So the Mirski, that'll be okay. I mean, it's just a rank 2. I mean, up until mid to high rank 2, you don't really see too much variation in how planes fly. I'm sure it'll be decent. The Swedish planes are really good, especially with the machine guns, but the reason why they're so good is because they have 13.2 millimeter machine guns that just absolutely tear people apart. The Mirski has 50 cals, so it doesn't have the Swedish machine guns that just absolutely tear everyone apart, which stinks. But I think it'll still be good. 450 cals at that BR, rank 2. I'm assuming it'll be like 2.3. I'm sure it'll be okay. Not the best rank 2, or it's not the best level 1, I guess you could say, reward that we've ever gotten for a summer event. I think even the AR-196 A3 is a better level 1 reward by a long shot. Much better, but that's beside the point. I mean, the Mirski will still give an opportunity for people new to the Swiss check tree to kind of grind through the first levels of it. I think it'll be okay. It's not my favorite, but I think it'll be okay. Then you have the RN Javier. I'm not really entirely sure. I'm not all too big on naval, but if I'm not mistaken, that is a more or less kind of a reskin or a type of vehicle that's already in game. It's just kind of a different version of it. So it's got mod 1936 guns, and let's see. Oh, there's only 4 guns. I guess the regular one has more than that. I'm not mistaken. Don't dumb me down if I don't know for a fact, just because I'm not criticizing the RN Javier. But one thing that I do notice when it comes to War Thunder is that when it comes to adding premium ships into the game, whether it's, you know, for events or whatever the case may be, oftentimes they're just copies of like the regular ship in game in the regular tech tree, but it's got fewer main guns. Like, why? Why would I want that? You know, it kind of looks like that's the case here compared to the regular one. It says it's the same as any other Soldati class destroyer, but it has fewer guns. So, that's not good. Also, fun fact, back in 2020, back in 2019, every single event vehicle, every single vehicle that you could get in that event was a premium. Every single one. They were all premiums. So I think that they're trying to get people to like sell stuff on Marketplace now, and they also don't want premium so much at the high level that you can just get by playing the game. But that's beside the point. Next up, we have the Buccaneer S1. I like it. I think it'll be a cool addition. It's really good for British players who don't have a developed air tech tree. I mean, personally, at top tier, I would just use a Thunderbolt and hope for the best. But ultimately, I mean, the Buccaneer S1 gives you a definite shot when it comes to close air support. However, it has literally nothing else. It can only do that and base bombing if you're playing AB. I wouldn't really do base bombing and RB with this unless you don't want to come back, because it's not the fastest vehicle in game and you, again, have no way to defend yourself Whereas in AP, you can just climb up, bomb, climb up, just reload in air, do all that. So I think it's a cool addition. I'm not upset by it. Personally, I kind of like the idea of the F11 F1 from 2 years ago. I like that a little bit, or from last year, I mean to say, a little bit more because it's a unique vehicle. We already have a Buccaneer in game, the S2. So the F11 F1, that's the only one of its type in game. We don't have an F11 F2 in game currently. It's just the F1. I like that they added a brand new unique vehicle to the game. Also with the AR-196 that you could get in Operation Summer. That was really cool. Next up, again, we have the BMD4. That's a lot of people are complaining about that because of the fact that that is a brand new vehicle that people feel like should have been in the game for a long time. This is the first of the BMD series in game, and there have been previous BMD variants, but this is the first one in game, and it's an event vehicle, so it's locked behind either a grind or a paywall, depending on how you do it. Again, I think it'll be a fine vehicle, don't get me wrong. It's a little weird. It's a little disappointing. I feel like last year, for example, the C2A1 Mexus, probably a little bit better. Overall, I feel like that would have been a stronger choice, or it is a stronger choice compared to this year with the BMD4. I feel like the BMD4 is going to be nasty in the right hands, but it just, I don't know. Why isn't this a regular tech tree vehicle? I can see it, the Mexus, again from last year, comparing and contrasting between years here. The Mexus makes sense that it was an event vehicle because ultimately, you know, it's a unique variant and it's a variant that the Canadians used, and it's just a really unique sort of vehicle with add-on armor and all that. That's almost kind of like an in-between between a Leopard 1 and Leopard 2 with its armor. Whereas the BMD4 is itself just a variant of a BMD, which a lot of people, like I said, feel like should already be in game. I mean, another example of this would be the Auble 74 HVG. So we have the Auble 74 in game, and the HVG is a premium, right? It's a variant. It's not the main model. The main model of the BMD4, so it's not like the BMD4M, or I'm not really sure if there's any variants on the BMD4. I'm sure there are. The BMD4 is the one that's in the premium tech tree. So it's a little bit weird, or in the, the premium, in the event premium, whatever tech tree. So it's, again, a little bit weird in that case. And finally, we have the Boussard, which is a rank 5 German event vehicle. Again, none of the top tier vehicle rewards are going to be premium. And the Boussard is, I think, a cool vehicle. It's a coastal vessel. I'm not really sure why they added a coastal vessel. I guess it makes some sense because you can't just keep handing out blue water vessels. There's going to be fewer of those than there are coastal vessels. Blue water vessels get all the attention, but there's probably more coastal type vessels in the world than there are larger ships, just because it's easier to build smaller ships and make different classes of those more rapidly. So I think that this is going to be a cool vehicle. Again, it's a Type 5. I think that there's already a version of this in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So it's one of those things that it's cool, and I think that it'll do a lot of damage in the right hands, but there's not really many times where I'm playing a 6.0 naval match and I see a high BR coastal ship. It's either people with like the small tiny speedboats because they purchased a premium at top tier naval, and so like they're just using a speedboat basically with torpedoes on it, or they just exit out of the game once they die. There's very few people that actually get these high BR coastal ships, so it's cool that it's being added. I think that we'll see more variability for, in game. But how many people are really going to get this? It's just going to be the diehard people. The people who got the Baltimore are going to get this as well. I think the Baltimore is ridiculously good, and that's actually something I regret not getting. But I don't think that this is a Baltimore type vehicle, right? I mean, obviously it's not a Baltimore type vehicle, but as in it's not meta. This isn't something that you need. So in a Baltimore vehicle, like if you're using the USS Baltimore, you can shoot down anything. I mean, it'll shoot everything down for you. You get 2 or 3 kills per match against air easily. This is not going to be like that. It's a good coastal vessel, but by the time you reach up to the higher BRs in coastal, 4.3, 4.7, 5.0, guess what? You're facing big vehicles, light cruisers, heavy cruisers, sometimes battle cruisers. And so I just don't know where this will be, because you're not facing 4.7 BR coastal. you're facing 4.7 BR blue water. I mean, of course, it tries to situate you against coastal a lot of the time, but it's not going to, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not too informed on how coastal works at high BRs. I'm more of a blue water guy, but I'm not too excited about it. I'd like to see how it goes, though. I'm not going to pan it. The only one vehicle from this event that I'm totally panning right now, that I'm really disappointed that we didn't get another vehicle that was more advanced than it, is the Kachi. Really, Gaijin? It's just so disappointing. It's a unique vehicle, but there are so many other opportunities. Like, the Kachi could have been added any other way. Give it as a 250 GE premium. But a rank 1 that I have to grind and get like hundreds of kills for and get tons of assists and all of that in like 10 days to get this, that's ridiculous. That's the amount of work that getting a rank 4, like getting up to rank 4 or rank 3 or 4 would take, at least with a premium. Let alone a rank 1 Japanese premium that will be good for nothing except for memes. Why? What's the point? Either way, this is 3 times longer than I expected it to be. I thought that this would be a 6-minute long video. Thanks so much again, everyone. Seriously, if you could make your way through this video, you can make it through anything. That being said, please like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, and I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.
Uh-oh.